Alright, how's it going, guys? We're here with XAR at his fusion reactor, and he has taken his number 3 reactor offline for today, so we can show you guys how to make Vibranium. So, Vibranium dust, which I need to get this first reaction going, and then I'll explain everything else. So right now we need to put lithium-6 and deuterium in here. There's already deuterium in there. And that'll make beryllium-7, helium, helium-3, and molten lithium. So we're going to get that one started. So we need this drum, which has molten lithium-6 in it. And we're just going to plop it down right there. And that should put our molten lithium-6 in there with our deuterium. And we need, what tag do we need for this? Probably 2. Yep, number 2 tag. So, does it have enough deuterium? Yeah, it's got enough. Is it taking power? See if it's taking power. Okay, it's powering up right now. So, it's got to take its power in. I think there's a... Oh, no, there's not. That's the old one that actually has a bar that shows you the power it's taking in. But, yeah, it's taking the power in, and then it'll get that done. So, what we're doing here, now that it's doing its thing, is we need to make beryllium-7 and mix that with adamantium. We have the adamantium over yonder. I think he probably got his adamantium, like most normal people, through adamantite through bedrock dust. But you need beryllium-7, which only comes from lithium-6 and deuterium. And the lithium-6 comes from, let's see, this. And that is in a centrifuge right there. So tiny refined lithium ore will give you lithium-6. And for every regular refined lithium ore, you have a 27% chance at 8. So you have 8 chances. Oh, there we go. Reaction is going. You can tell because it's yellow. So now it is running. And in a minute, we'll have our beryllium-7. And then we need to take the beryllium-7 that is going to come out of here and mix it with adamantium, which will give us tritium, molten tungsten, helium, and helium-3. Alright, so we just got to wait for this to get done, which will take a minute, so we'll be right back.
Many hours later.
Alright, and we're back, and as you can see, the reaction has completed. There is nothing left inside. That is because XAR went ahead and took the deuterium out. But after all of that, we now have 4320 of molten beryllium-7, which is what we need to mix with adamantium to make the vibranium. So here is the molten adamantium, equal amounts of the beryllium. So we're going to take these two and plop them up here. By the way, it took like 7-9 hours to finish to get this much. Alright. So now, as soon as we give that a whack job and that a whack job, they will both go in. And we still need the tag of 2, as always.
Yeah,
so
pulling
now
It's pulling 32,000 LU.
Yeah, see right there? That's a little
Yep.
easier than going in here and seeing that this is completely empty, seeing how he's pulling
There we
from
go.
over here now, since those are full. Yeah, there you can see it's pulling 32K, so that means it's powering up. I still say it would be nice if Greg had put the line back in here that we used to have in GT4 that would tell you that it was pulling power.
I think 5 had it too. Well, it had an internal buffer and told you that it was using it.
Yeah, see,
Or
I think that's
something.
the difference is they had an internal buffer that you charged ahead of time, where this one doesn't get its charge until the reaction is starting. So it's kind of different.
All that I can say is in my mind, I'm going pew 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 pew. What, they're lasers, right?
even if since they're casings, it'd be kind of weird. I was gonna say even if they would like randomly, light up around until it's completely done, something to give you some idea that it's actually.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
If like
If they
one of
just
them would
strobe,
randomly,
they
yeah, either
strobe.
strobe or start turning on one by one as the particles going around or whatever. But yes, I was thinking one, like as if a particle was slowly speeding up, going all the way around, so it would just flicker from one to another, and then
That'd be cool.
eventually they would all be on. But I don't know how bad that would be for block updates and stuff.
That would be terrible, but it would be really damn pretty to watch. It has a huge charge. It's the
I was gonna
highest
say
charge.
this takes forever to charge, doesn't it?
It
Wow, that's a lot. He needs to put his underline on that number. We need to tell him about that.
yeah, I
That's
think I
kind of hard
have,
to.
but so 1,000, million, billion, trillion, 12 trillion.
So in other words, we'll be there in a week.
Yeah, so it's gonna pull a full 2 of those crystals empty. So it's going to pull about 2 million or 1.5 million out of each of the 16 crystals, or 1.5 trillion out of each of those 16 crystals.
This was a lot easier to do when I was running it off of a ZPM.
I mean, it still takes forever to start.
That it did.
I don't even know how long that's going to take.
I think you can smack it with your reader. You got your reader.
The reiterator? Oh, because it'll have the progress bar?
Yeah, it should tell you what the progress is.
Uh,
But I think you got to reiterate the controller, don't you?
maybe. 0 of 1956.
Oh, that's not telling us what we need to know.
So yes, it's 0% charged.
It can't be 0% charged. Can it really charge that slow?
I mean, it's 32,000 every other tick, and we're only out 200 billion at the moment. So there's got to be more than that in there. That progress isn't working. That must be progress towards the output.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably the progress of the actual recipe running. Doesn't tell you crap about the power. What are you doing down here?
Trying to put it back.
Hmm.
I like it being right there, but it's really hard to read.
Yes, it is. It's also annoying that it doesn't say stay flat at 32,000. It blinks.
Yeah, I don't know why it's blinking.
Because you should be able to give it a full 32, right?
There's 16 crystals in there.
And each one can output how much?
8K?
Yeah, you should easily be able to feed that. The laser fiber wire does how much?
Infinite.
Max. Infinite?
Infinite.
Well, then you should be able to give it more than 32, right?
I think machines only pull 4 packets, period.
Oh, yeah. So the max of this thing has an actual max. Tiers 8192, so 8192 times 4 would be 32. But then you'd think it would be pulling that 32 constant.
It was for a minute.
Well, it isn't.
I know. When those other boxes had batteries in them. Let's see. We can't optimize.
Okay, it's looking more steady now than
I
it was.
took 4 out of the other one.
Okay, you made it go crazy when you did that. It went to like 40 something or 400 and something. Or yeah, 40 something. It said like 47 or something for just a second.
That's
I don't know
weird.
what the hell you did when you put that first one in. Here, let me try this. Let me pull these out and you watch that number.
Alright, no, it went to 40 for a second.
Told you.
It's like 49. Yeah, 40 and then 49, and there's 50 in there for a second.
I
That's weird.
told you. It's really weird when you put them in there.
Alright, well, let me go put stuff some in the other box. And see if that changes any. Because that's the only difference that from when we started, or some power stored up in those other boxes.
Yeah, now that you're messing, it went 47.57. And
Weird.
now it's at a flat 0.
Huh?
It's now at flat 0.
That's not okay.
No, that's not.
Did we just restart?
I hope you didn't.
There's still... No, it's still draining. I think we broke the sensor.
I think you completely broke it. It don't want to tell you shit now.
We're still pulling power all over the place.
Pulling, is it? Okay, now you're changing it again. What'd you do?
Put them in and out, even though they were empty. Causes little spikes.
As you move them, it did like 16, 32, 57, hut hike. Yeah, see, 47, 32. I don't know what you're doing, but stop doing things. Okay, it's moving. Don't touch nothing. He's touching shit again. Tell whenever you touch shit, because it's the only time it goes to 57. Greg, we need a progress bar on this thing so we can stop fiddling with shit and getting busy. We're impatient.
Alright, I'm gonna walk away for a few minutes.
Probably a good idea. Alright, I will pause here and be back when this thing actually starts running. Alright, so like an hour and what? Hour and a half? Hour and 15 minutes later, this recipe finally started. And as you can see from XAR's exclamation down here, neither one of us thought this was going to happen. We thought something was wrong because of how long it took. But there you go. We are finally making our first Vibranium. So here in about 20 seconds, we'll have our first Vibranium dust. Which y'all can patiently wait to see it happen, because we have impatiently waited for the last 10 hours for this. So just to be, warned, if you're trying to do this recipe, just wait and keep waiting longer. If you think you've waited long enough, you haven't, wait even longer. Because we've literally just been running around here. You could look at our chat. We've been sitting here. Well, I've been talking, he's been typing. Like, really? It still hasn't started? There it is. There is our first Vibranium dust. Now, I will say that he has put carbon pipes down here because there is tungsten coming through this. So if you do this recipe, make sure you have something that can handle molten tungsten, which he has going into there. It's probably the most expensive and longest process you'll ever wait for to make tungsten. Probably not the best way of doing it, but there is our first Vibranium dust. And he's going to be using this to make a drill. But the first one we're going to put in the scanner. That way we can replicate it. Where is your scanner? That's the replicator. That's a matter fabricator. Where the hell is your scanner? Oh, you've got your scanner way over here? Alright, so here's his scanner. We're going to go ahead and throw it in there. And this is also going to take quite a long time to scan that Vibranium, which we're not going to sit here and wait for, because that will take quite a while. But once it gets done, we will be back in another video to show you guys how to use the HDD, the hard drive. So be looking forward to that next. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy.